Here's another Sunday story from the Book of Mormon called Ammon and the King. Which one do you think is Ammon and which one is the king? Let's find out. Do ye desire to live among my people, the Lamanites? King Lamoni asked the Nephite prisoner. You can see he's a prisoner. He's all tied up. Yea, I desire to dwell among this people for a time, and Ammon answered, perhaps until the day I die. Then would you like one of my daughters to be your wife? Lamoni asked. Nay, but I will be your servant. This pleased Lamoni very much, and he sent Ammon into the fields to tend sheep. For the first 2 days all went well, but on the third day, as the servants drove the flocks toward the waters of Sebus, thieves scattered the sheep. The king will slay us, the servants cried. These men have scattered the king's flocks before, and the king killed the servants who tended the sheep. But Ammon was not afraid. Now my fellow servants will see the power that the Lord has given me, he thought. Then they will listen to my words. My brethren, he said, be of good cheer. We will gather the flocks and bring them back to the place of water. After these words, Ammon ran to find the lost sheep, and the other servants followed. But as soon as the sheep were gathered, the thieves came again. Ammon shouted to his brethren, encircle the flocks, that they flee not, while I contend with these men. As the servants surrounded the sheep, Ammon began slinging stones at the thieves. The thieves were astonished at Ammon's strength. They threw stones back at him, but the Lord's power was with Ammon, so that their stones could not hit him. The thieves became so angry that they rushed towards Ammon with their clubs. When the first man lifted his club, Ammon defended himself with his sword and cut off that man's arm. More angry men raised their clubs against the servant of the Lord, but Ammon cut off every arm that was raised against him. When the thieves saw that Ammon could not be hurt, their anger turned to fear, and they scattered just as the sheep had. Ammon returned to the flock. He helped the other servants water the sheep, and then herded them to the pasture of the king. When they were safely pastured, Ammon went to feed the king's horses and prepare his chariots. The other servants, however, ran to tell the king what had happened. Surely this is more than a man, King Lamoni said after hearing their story. Behold, is this not the Great Spirit? Whether he be the Great Spirit we know not, but we do know that he is a friend to the king. Where is he? Lamoni asked. He is preparing your horses and chariots. Surely there has not been any servant so faithful as this man, the king said. I desire that he come in to me. When Ammon finished making ready the horses and chariots, he went to the king. However, he saw that the countenance of the king was changed, and he turned to leave. But one of the king's servants stopped him. Rabbana, he said, the king desires you to stay. Ammon turned back. What should I do for you, O king? The king was so full of awe that for 1 hour he could not answer. Finally, Ammon asked again, what do you desire of me? Still the king did not answer. But Ammon, being filled with the Spirit of God, knew. Is it because you heard how I defended your servants and your flocks? Behold, I am your servant. Who are you? The king asked. Are you that Great Spirit who knows all things? I am not. Then how do you know the thoughts of my heart? Will you hearken unto my words? Ammon asked Lamoni. If I tell you by what power I do these things? The king answered, Yea, I will believe all your words. So Ammon, having prepared Lamoni's heart, taught the king about God and the glorious plan of salvation. Just as he promised, Lamoni believed Ammon's words. Lord, have mercy upon me and my people, he cried, and then he fell to the earth. Thinking he was dead, Lamoni's servants carried him to the queen and laid him upon a bed. For 2 days and 2 nights his family mourned over him. Some said his body should be put in a sepulchre, but the queen sent for Ammon. The servants say you are a prophet, she said, and that you can do many mighty works in God's name. Therefore I desire that you go unto my husband. Ammon knew Lamoni was not dead. God was replacing the dark veil of unbelief in Lamoni's mind with light and truth. So Ammon comforted the queen. He is not dead, but he sleeps in God. On the morrow he shall rise again. Therefore bury him not. I believe what you say, the queen answered. Blessed are you because of your exceeding faith, Ammon said. The queen went back to her husband and watched over him. As Ammon had promised, the next day Lamoni rose. Blessed be the name of God, Lamoni cried. Behold, I have seen my Redeemer. He shall redeem all mankind who believe on his name. Once more Lamoni was overcome with joy and sank to the ground. Hearing and seeing this, the queen was also overpowered with the spirit and fell to the ground. In gratitude, Ammon knelt and prayed with all his soul. He thanked God for pouring his spirit upon Lamoni and the queen so they could know the great joy of the gospel of Jesus Christ. Then he too was overpowered with joy and fell to the ground. After they awoke, Lamoni and his wife were baptized. But that was not all. Many other Lamanites believed in Ammon's words and became members of the Church of Jesus Christ.